David Sawyer. Everybody knows David, right? Good afternoon, everybody. I think I'll help you make up some time here. We're not gonna dig into any presentation or slides or any information because a lot of you already know all of that stuff from the past couple of recent presentations. But Chris did give me some guidance that we wanted to focus on short, immediate planning in relation to the village and then some long-term planning. So I did want everyone here to know that regarding the Go Bond referendum, we are doing an active voting support campaign with our membership. And so we have another email going out this week. We do have a printed letter that we're going to be sending out as well. That's going to include the printed information that the village has assembled that's on the village website. And then our Q&A and then our letter of appeal sharing that every vote counts and how important it is for our resident voters to participate. We're going to also help host the Q&A next Thursday, February 15th at 10 a.m. And so we are preparing our answers to some of the questions that have been submitted. We are working with the BHA to be able to help bring that to life and hopefully help to educate voters. I've come across a lot of members that ask me some questions about it, and it's apparent that they haven't really read the village's information or the club's information. And I understand there's a lot to read, but I think talking about it can really help. And we have some presentation information that we'll share that will hopefully help to educate people as to why they should vote for this. We are going to do an email reminder the following week on February 20th, and then we have one final one on Monday, May 4th, the day before Election Day. So we do have an active communication campaign to try to help with that effort. Regarding the sandbag revetment project at the Shoals Club, we've worked with Chris and team on that project. And that's been a stop-start project with CAMA. And we did check in with CAMA last Friday. Right now, it's going through a process and they have the Department of Fish and Wildlife. It's on their desk right now. And then they expect it's going to come back to another CAMA affiliated agency next week. And that we should receive notice from them the following week. So I think we're about 2 weeks away. When we get that, we will get an official no. It'll be denied. But our attorney has already prepared the appeal. And so our attorney is ready to go when the denial comes through for that revetment project to be passed by CAMA. CAMA has given us every single concern. They've modified our plan. We've changed different elements of the plan based upon what they requested. So we do believe that when the appeal goes through, it will be approved. And we are hearing from CAMA that they still believe if this all happens in the next few weeks, that we could begin that project this spring and work with the Conservancy to monitor sea turtle nests and be able to make progress on getting the oceanside part of the sandbag revetment project built between April, May, and June of this year. The landward side on the inside part of the fence, CAMA has already let us know that they're probably not going to approve us to do that part on this first onset. And they're still asking for some modifications to that part of the plan. So we're going to proceed ahead with the water side portion of the plan, which is still 12 feet high, 40 feet in width. And it's going to cover the full Shoals Club property and the adjacent lot 3210 that we bought last year. So it'll be quite a substantial revetment project, and it will include geotextile mats that will help to accrete sand over time.
Yeah, that process is not insurmountable. I mean, this Coastal Resources Commission has to approve it by variance because technically you're only allowed a base width of 10 feet and a maximum height of 6 feet. I'm sorry, 20 feet width at 6 feet height. They're asking to double that. The village has done that before at the point many years ago. But yeah, they have a good representation. He's been successful at handling those before the commission. before, so.
So we remain optimistic. We'll get that done before storm season. And we'll keep everyone posted on our progress with CAMA and the denial and then the appeal and then the approval process. Regarding stormwater, the club is finalizing construction plans for Swans Quarter. And there's a man-made lagoon on the property right behind number 9 Green, right between the parking lot and number 9 Green. And we are filling in 9% of that lagoon. And we've already received approval from stormwater for the project. We've received approval from the BHA for the project. Now it's a matter of actually doing the construction necessary for this. So we actually have to put in a new stormwater pipe across number 9 Fairway. So the current pipe lets out into the lagoon right down behind number 9 Green. So we're going to put in a new pipe that's going to cross over 9 Fairway. And that'll be, we're estimating to be an 18-inch pipe, which is to match what we have at the outfall right beneath Horseman Trail. That we anticipate doing sometime this summer. When the new stormwater pipe is put in, then we'll close off the old pipe. We'll create a cofferdam across the lagoon, and then we'll pump all the water out of that 9% little section of the lagoon. And when that is appropriately dry, we'll start to fill it in, and then we'll be able to have that area for the construction site of the new golf house amenity. We don't anticipate breaking ground on the golf house until that whole project is completed. That whole project is probably going to be a summertime project. So we will remove the turf, install the stormwater pipe, relay the turf, let it heal in the high season, summer, and then build the cofferdam and do all of the water transfer. And once that's done, then we'll have the site ready for the golf house construction.
Yeah, and just to add, I guess it was a couple weeks ago, myself, JP, Jay, Mark, we had a meeting with our stormwater engineers, Coastal Land Design, Jeff Petroff, with Adam and his team. And Adam briefed us on those plans, and we asked Jeff Petroff to connect with Bruce Merrick on your all's plans for that pipe to maintain that flow. The ability to get the flood water that creeps over from Cape Fear Trail over across south and on the backside of Water Thrush.
But we also want to have it valved in case we ever have saltwater intrusion into that.
There is a valve on the, go ahead.
Yeah, he was gonna say that that was discussed as well.
Good.
Anytime we do new pipes that we want to put valves on the ends of them. And I'm sorry, David, and that was discussed along with the bigger project that we budgeted for to do the benchmarking with sight glasses and all of the lagoons on the club that are interconnected. So our staff and working with Adam and his team can have a better understanding of where our benchmarks are relative to the need to move water off through the bypass lagoon and the creek outlet ditch. So we were getting a scope of work on that from Jeff Petroff to get started on that project.
And does that include understanding the flow level underneath the dune between 7 and 8?
Yes, I mean, we recognize that there's a connection there and there's water flow. But that was discussed and looking at, part of that project is going to be surveying all of those lagoons.
Right.
And getting a sense of what their water levels are to include those.
I just know that we made these wonderful improvements at the bypass lagoon, both on the club side and the village side. And now from that point, once you get water to that one, we can move a lot more water off the island. But if you got pipes that are restricted, one lagoon over, the movement of stormwater, then have we really helped ourselves? So I just want to make sure that we've got full capacity flows that we can get out of those pipes.
Right, and again, we know that they're connected and there's flow, we've seen it. But also know that the lagoon at number 8 is where a 10-inch where we set our 10-inch pump.
Yep.
We have that hard pipe out to our emergency ocean outfall on West Beach, that's the primary use of.
Got it. Fair enough.
Okay.
Bruce Mayer, our engineer, was on site today. He has shared emails with Adam and Jeff Petroff, and he has put in the order for surveys to be done for the lagoon. So we do have some work that's kicking off for that. A few other just updates as far as the club's big projects. The new golf instruction building will be completed with the technology portion in March. So right now the building is done. And the village team has been wonderful to work with. Stephen Boyette has helped us with our entire process, and we do have a proper ADA ramp that's being installed this week, right to the right of the building. The technology for the golf simulator is going to come in a couple weeks, so I think that'll be a fully functioning building by the middle of March. The pickleball complex is almost completed. The actual courts are, but we're doing stormwater and landscape around them. So we still have some work that's being done on the perimeter. Fitness center renovation started last week and it's currently underway, and it's a very substantial and exciting project for the club. We're going to be breaking ground on the new parking lot and the members only entrance road this month. And those projects have been approved by stormwater, and we worked with the BHA on getting all of those plans approved. So that'll increase the number of parking spots at the club for this season by 78. And then we'll have additional parking coming on the horizon after that. Part of Swan's Quarter construction projects includes 2 new croquet greenswards and a whole lot of landscaping. So that piece of land that's been such an eyesore for couple decades will no longer be the eyesore that it was. And I think by this time next year, it'd be a pretty proud piece of land. And driving along South Bulkhead Wind, all members and residents can really feel like it's a first-class club amenity. It won't be fully completed a year from now, but 80% completed a year from now. And the golf house will be under construction right on the heels of that. So we anticipate breaking ground on that in the fall. Chris asked me to just take a look ahead for long-term planning for discussion's sake today. And I think you're all aware that we are looking ahead to what's possible for Shoals Club amenity relocation. And we did buy the commercial land that's on a higher elevation across the street from the Shoals Club. And we have worked with Brian Janest and site planners to figure out how to put pools there and a club amenity and parking and traffic flow. So we're going to actually increase our investment in the site planning and design process of that land and start to come up with potential timelines for when we could start that project and what the first phase of it would be. So we'll keep everyone posted as that project becomes a little bit more concrete. We do hope that between the sandbag project, the beach renourishment project, that we can extend the life of the current location of the Shoals Club for a while. And we do believe that we'll retreat from the baby pool later this year when we get a chance to do the sandbag project on the inside of the fence. And then we do anticipate that hopefully the actual Shoals Club clubhouse will be around for a long time and can be used as an event facility, and that the pool and the pavilion can be used for events, even as a new Shoals Club pool and clubhouse is under construction.
So that's not a if project, that's a project.
Sir. And we are working with our bank as far as planning out financing, and there are a lot of things that can really, it's a favorable situation for us to be able to bring that to life. We would like to do that in 5 years rather than in 2 or 3 years. So hopefully we can all make that happen. One thing, Carrie is left, but we are working with the BHA on a property transfer of the lagoons on the golf course. Right now, the lagoons are split halfway down the middle between the BHA and the club. We are engaging in an environmental study of the lagoons, so we understand the exact risks of the water quality and the lagoon conditions. with that, and working with Chad, Paul, and with Chris, there are random parcels all around there that are owned by different entities. And Chad has indicated that he, at the same time, would like to transfer ownership of a lot of the miscellaneous parcels. Some to the BHA, some to the club. There are a few, I think, that he wants to transfer to the village. So we anticipate that maybe this March, with some attorneys involved, we can start to get this transfer done. And make that probably be a project that'll take us most of this year. But we'd like to begin that project this March. Those were the main issues for today. Any questions?
I don't think so.
Okay, thanks. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks for all you're doing.
You
Thank
did a-
you.
you